we're going to be pushing ourselves to our absolute limit, both mentally and emotionally. And the next thing is always trying to push the limits, push the boundaries. What can we do to dispel those myths and educate people about the climate crisis? But how can we tackle that and show people the practical solutions and hope that is going on in the world? What we've looked at is the different aspects of electric vehicles. So in March 2023, myself and Julie are going to drive an electric vehicle from the magnetic North Pole to the South Pole in Antarctica. And this will not only be the first electric vehicle to enter Antarctica and the Arctic and complete this challenge, but this is the first vehicle in history to drive this route. It's never been attempted before, and it has obviously many challenges around how do we power a vehicle in the polar regions where there is no electricity. We have to generate our own electricity. How do we travel over sea ice that's melting? There's so many challenges there. Your brain can easily say it's too hard, it's too difficult, don't try it. That's just impossible. But again, it's taking those challenges, finding the solutions to them, which we have, and then implementing the plan to deliver on what is classed by everybody as impossible. We're going through some of the amazing environments and some of the most fragile environments on the planet. The challenges are immediately obvious. We're going to be seeing temperatures of anywhere down to about -30, -40, even colder with wind chill. The reality is these are the two windiest places on the planet, and ironically that actually works to our benefit because we're looking to harness that winds with our own portable wind turbine, so we can actually harness energy and put it into the car to charge it. When we're in the Arctic, 80% of that section of the expedition is actually going to be on Arctic sea ice. And when we set off, we really have the challenge that we can't have downtime. We can't lose time on our schedule because the sea ice, we know through climate change, is melting. And we have to get out of that area before Arctic sea ice melts too much. And we're traveling through Canada, the Rocky Mountains, we're going into the northwest of North America, and going through down into Central America, into Mexico, and then we go into Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, some vibrant cultures in South America. The challenges there become about heat. We're going into the Amazon, and then we go into altitude. When we go into Patagonia, we're crossing the Andes from heat to dramatic cold. When we travel down into Chile and Argentina, there it's going into dust roads and testing the vehicle to its true limits. We're going to be on the road for around 10 months. We are going to be traveling, it was originally 17,000 miles. It's going to be excess of over 20,000 miles now because of some of the climate action projects and some of the amazing individuals we're going to go and visit as we travel through all these different regions. Some people sit there and go, well, you're driving a car, you're not walking. But when we're in a car, we're not just sat in a car. We could be doing 16, 17 hours. Sometimes I was going 20 hours on the road, and so you get very little sleep. That puts massive strains on your body and your mental strength and your emotional state. And this is going to be no different. I've never been into these countries, into Antarctica or the Arctic before. I don't know how I'm going to react. So that is going to put a big stress on us as well. So we really are going to be pushing ourselves to the limits. We are going to be pushing our mental and emotional relationship to the limits as well. There is situations where we're putting our life at risk, but we're prepared to do it. So if I was to look forward and think, what does success look for me when it comes to pole to pole? Actually, the main story of pole to pole is, yes, we're doing this amazing expedition that's never been done before in history, but actually we're traveling through all these countries and meeting inspiring individuals, NGOs, organizations that are taking action against the climate crisis. And that is a voyage of hope, but it's more a voyage of discovery for Julie and I. So we can find out just what is going on in the world and share that with people and bring that to the forefront so people can then learn how they can implement small little actions of sustainability within their lives. When I look at what the finishing would look like, I mean, in my head, I have this vision of me getting to the South Pole and, going down on my knees and screaming, going, yes, I completed this. But I guess in reality, what success is really going to look like at the end just really is all those visions and stories of people that we've met and the amazing education, things that we've learned from it, and the messages that we receive from people saying, I learned something from you. It seems amazing when you finish an expedition, you have all this emotion, but it's very short-lived. And what you want to do is you want to see that what you have done has made a difference, even in one person's life. I don't aim to change the world. I aim to make a difference in one person's life that then has a positive impact on the climate. If we receive one message from somebody, that's successful for me. I'll be happy with that.